Hello everyone. Thank you for giving me the opportunity to presenting our research study to the virtual international conference on coastal engineering. I, Nazitamin Ikra, on behalf of my co-authors, presenting you our paper Environmental Vulnerability Assessment in the Southwest Coastal Region of Bangladesh using Principal Component Analysis. Bangladesh is a South Asian country and is a major part of the world's largest basin, Ganges Brahmaputra Meghna Delta. According to many international bodies, including UNDP, Bangladesh is considered as one of the most vulnerable countries to the climatic disasters. This is because it carries 80% water of GBM basin. Also, it has low topography, complex river system, and frequent coastal hazardous events occur here. The coastal zone of this country is situated in the southern part. This zone is divided into three hydrologic regions: Southwest region, South Central region, and Southeast region. It has the world's largest coastline, that is 710 kilometers, and about 86% of its area has elevation of less than 5 meters. My study area is Southwest Coastal Region of Bangladesh. We have selected this area because it is the most vulnerable than other two regions due to its unique brackish water ecosystem. Also, the world's largest mangrove forest is situated here, and though it is a blessing for Southwest region, nowadays due to the loss of biodiversity, it can no longer give enough protection to this region. We assess 40 sub-districts and around 24,188 square kilometers to evaluate the environmental vulnerability. Environmental evaluation was introduced from 1960s to assess environmental situation qualitatively and quantitatively. Later, some new techniques was introduced such as comprehensive evaluation, fuzzy evaluation, gray evaluation, oscillation value method, etc. These methods are more appropriate for small spatial scale, but in our study, as it has a large area, we use remote sensing and geographic information system as technique. In Bangladesh, to assess regional ecological risk, environmental degradation, landscape change, etc., remote sensing and GIS was used. For the very first time in Bangladesh, we are using integration of indicators and GIS to assess the environmental vulnerability. We collected several related indicators from literature review to assess the environmental vulnerability. After collecting the indicators from literature review, we get expert opinion. From this, 10 indicators were finalized, as you can see in this slide, which are suitable for the southwest region of Bangladesh. Then we weighted the each indicator using principal component analysis. Value of each indicators was multiplied with the weightage value to give individual score. For having an uniformity in the values, the scores were normalized and kept in range of 0 to 1. All the normalized values were summed up to get the final result as environmental vulnerability value. And after all, GIS tool was used to get a spatial distribution scenario. This is the table of the data source from where the indicators data were acquired. And this is the final result showing in the middle. A spatial map for each indicator also given here. From the final result, we can see that the areas which are in red or orange in color, is very high to high level of vulnerability, and they are situated to the landward side of the southwest region. Whereas the green and lighter green color area, which are very low to low vulnerability, are mostly situated in seaward side and next to the Sundarban mangrove forest. The seaward part was relatively high salinity level and also a high rate of out migration. As a result, relatively low population density can be seen in this area. The low environmental vulnerability in this region is associated with low population density, low road density, low values of cumulative wet days and cumulative dry days. On the other hand, urbanization and economic development have made the landward side more environmentally vulnerable. This spatial vulnerability maps is the evidence that the spatial disparity exists in the southwest region. We believed that our study will help to support effective guidance for long-term environmental management in terms of coastal zone management. The development for framework can be done at different spatial and temporal scales in this coastal zone using our methods. Thank you, everyone.